Okay, folks, welcome to the second part of Disability Day of Mourning, reading the lists of those who passed in 2020 due to filicide. We are going ahead and moving forward now. Again, these names and their stories can be found on disabilitymemorial.org. Rajan Kushawa died March 24, 2020. Age at death adult. Cause of death murder. Location Kampar, Uttar Pradesh, India. Disability unspecified. Rajan had been married to her husband because he promised to care for her if he got a dowry. Her husband liked to drink, and one day he wanted drinking money. He became angry at her that he wasn't getting more dowry money. He beat her to death with a brick. Ganesh Kishawa, husband, arrested. Princess P.C. Richards Chapman died March 27, 2020. Age 86. Murder. Location Newport News, Virginia, USA. Disability unspecified, wheelchair user. Details. Princess, nicknamed PC, was shot by her husband. She was an ordained minister and worked as a dental assistant. Perpetrator Brian Keith Patterson, husband, charged with second-degree murder. Josias Marquez died March 31, 2020. Body found. Age death 5. Cause of death neglect. Location Howard, Wisconsin, USA. Disability cerebral palsy, blind, epilepsy. Josiah's body was found in the trunk of his mother's car after she was arrested for neglecting his siblings, ages 2 and 6. His exact cause of death is unknown, but it is probable that he died from either malnutrition or from a fatal seizure. His mother admitted to not giving him his seizure medication. Perpetrator Segal Hussain, mother, charged with child neglect resulting in death, hiding a corpse, child neglect, and forgery. Gladys Ambert died April 7, 2020. Age at death 27. Cause of death abuse. Location Orlando, Florida, USA. Disability deaf, cerebral palsy, intellectual disability. Gladys' mother abandoned her when she was 2 years old, but her grandmother took her in and lovingly raised her. At 26 years old, Gladys went to stay with younger relatives, an aunt and 2 cousins. But her aunt and cousins beat her, tied her up, and kept her in filthy conditions. She died from abuse and neglect, and they discarded her body and tried to pretend that she had run away from home. Her body was found on her 27th birthday. An autopsy concluded that she had suffocated while being restrained. Her body compressed too much for her to breathe. Perpetrator Nellie Ambert, aunt, charged with first-degree murder, aggravated manslaughter, aggravated abuse of a disabled person, neglect, abuse of a disabled person. Jasmine Ambert, cousin, charged with neglect and abuse of a disabled person, and Christian Matias, charged with fabricating evidence and providing false information to an officer investigating a missing person. Ruth Brown died April the 11th, 2020. Age of death 52. Cause of death bludgeoned. Location Bognor, England, UK. Disability COPD, chronic back pain. Ruth died after being bludgeoned with a plastic tray. Her partner sent a text message to his brother reading in part, "I've killed Ruth," and told police that he didn't remember killing her because he had been drunk, but that he must have killed her because nobody else could have done it. Ruth was the center of her family, an outgoing woman who could talk on the phone for hours. She volunteered for Mind and other mental health charities. Her family is raising money for a memorial plaque. Case status: Wayne Morris, partner, charged with murder. Sir Shindu Malik, died April 18th, 2020. Age at death 45. Cause of death murder. Location Kolkata, India. Disability physical disability. Sir Shindu's father strangled him because he would not put on a face mask when he left the house. Perpetrator Benshidar Malik, father, charged with murder. Ramdas Dahakar, died April the 21st, 2020. Age at death 47. Cause of death murder. Location New Delhi, Delhi, India. Disability unspecified. Ramdas' wife and her boyfriend poisoned him and tried to report it as a natural death, but when the police questioned her, she admitted to murder. Perpetrator Kanchan, wife, and her boyfriend Ajay Sankar Shitawar, both charged with murder. Asthma actor, died April the 26th, 2020. Age at death 30. Cause of death neglect. Location Gazipur, Bangladesh. Disability developmental disability. Asma family chained her up, then left her alone at home. An electrical fire destroyed the home, killing Asma. Perpetrator Abdul Qadir, family. Damien Scott, April the 26th, 2020, death. Age at death 43. Cause of death murder. Location Bloomingdale, Illinois, USA. Disability blind, unable to walk. Scott's uncle strangled him to death. An autopsy found that he had survived at least one previous strangulation attempt. Perpetrator Dominic Taylor, uncle, charged with first-degree murder. Isabelle Rosin, died April the 28th, 2020. Age at death 26. Cause of death murder. Location Chicago, Illinois, USA. Disability schizoaffective disorder. Isabel's husband smothered her. He said he was trying to restrain her during a drug-induced psychotic episode, but at autopsy she tested negative for drugs. Isabelle was an avid reader. Perpetrator Brian D. Rosin, husband, charged with first-degree murder. Kathy Erbadig, died April 30th, 2020. Age at death 63. Cause of death murder. Location Elizabethtown, Kentucky, USA. Disability legally blind. Kathy's daughter, an unrelated man, stole $700 from her bank account, which they used to buy the gun with which they murdered her. Perpetrator Crystal A. Erbadig, her daughter, and Jacob Lugmair, both charged with murder, robbery, and abuse of a corpse. Carolyn Walker, died May 4th, 2020. Age at death 86. Cause of death murder-suicide. Location Madison, North Carolina, USA. Disability Alzheimer's disease, heart disease. Carolyn's husband shot her in a murder-suicide. Before her retirement, she worked as head of human resources for ExxonMobil. She had no children of her own, so she became a second grandmother to her great-nieces and great-nephew. Every Christmas, she would go to visit extended family, bringing gifts, teaching them card games, and making cheese crackers and homemade fudge. Louise Smith, died May 8th, 2020, at age of death 16. Cause of death murder. Location Havant, Hampshire, England, UK. Disability mental illness. Louise's uncle killed her by punching her in the face repeatedly until she died. Police described the murder as sexually motivated. Perpetrator Shane May's uncle, convicted of murder, sentenced to 25 years to life. Abigail Humes died May 10th, 2020. Age of death, 6. Cause of death, abuse. Upper Marlboro, Maryland, USA. Disability, unspecified. Abigail's father regularly beat her. She died from internal injuries, and autopsy showed broken ribs. Abigail's nickname was Cake or Cupcake. She was a fan of Disney's Doc McStuffins and PJ Masks. She liked to play with her younger sister named Mary. Perpetrator Emmanuel Humes' father, charged with murder and child abuse. Jasmine Stevenson, charged with neglect of a minor. Ten-year-old girl, name unknown, died May 17th, 2020. Body found on May the 21st. Age of death, 10. Cause of death, murder. Location, Jaipur, Rajasthan, India. Intellectual disability. This 10-year-old's brother gathered some friends, and together they raped and strangled her. He told police that he felt she was a burden because she could not do household chores. Perpetrator, Zishan Ali, brother, Saji Ali, Amjad Ali, and Wajid Ali, arrested on suspicion of murder. Umesh Balagi died May 18th, 2020. Age at death, adult. Cause of death, murder. Location, Dharwad, Karnataka, India. Disability, unspecified. Umesh's brother gathered a group of men, ambushed him as he rode his three-wheeled scooter to go shopping, and bludgeoned him to death. The motive was a dispute over property. The killer also chased Umesh's wife, who witnessed the attack. She escaped unhurt. Chinisbakas Balagi and several accomplices charged with murder. 76-year-old woman, name unknown, died May 21st, 2020. Age at death, 76. Cause of death, murder-suicide. Location, Wilmot Township, Michigan, USA. Disability, dementia. This 76-year-old woman was shot by her husband in a murder-suicide. Her husband, age 79. Alejandro Ripley died May 22nd, 2020. Age at death, 9. Cause of death, murder. Location, Miami, Florida, USA. Disability, autism. Alejandro's mother tried to kill him by pushing him into a canal, but some passers-by saw the boy fall in and rescued him. Later that day, she pushed him into a different canal. This time, no one saw, and Alejandro drowned. She tried to pass it off as a kidnapping, but when the police learned about the earlier murder attempt, she confessed to the lie. Perpetrator, Patricia Ripley, mother, charged with murder. Willow Dunn died May 25th, 2020. Age at death, 4. Cause of death, neglect. Brisbane, Queensland, Australia. Disability, Down syndrome. Willow's father starved her to death. Her body was found covered in severe bed sores. Perpetrator, Mark James Dunn, father, charged with murder. Unknown elder woman. Name unknown. Died May 26, 2020. Age at death, elder. Cause of death, murder-suicide. Location, Gold River, California, USA. Elder nursing home resident. This woman's husband came to the nursing home where she lived, shot her, and then shot himself. Perpetrator, her husband. India Martin, died May 26, 2020. Age at death, 4. Cause of death, abuse. Location, Rock Hill, South California, USA. Disability, unspecified. Born prematurely at 26 weeks and addicted to cocaine. India survived a difficult start in life only to be found dead in a dresser drawer, having been abused or neglected by her mother and her boyfriend. Perpetrator, Jacqueline Mullen and her boyfriend, Idrevius Williams, both charged with homicide by child abuse or neglect. 6-year-old girl, name unknown, died May 31st, 2020. Age at death, 6 years old. Cause of death, murder-suicide. Location, Orange, New Jersey, USA. Disability, unspecified, special needs. This little girl was killed by her mother in a murder-suicide. Neighbors said that she had been overwhelmed by caring for a special needs child. Samshiba Barden, mother. Waylon Mittens, June 2nd, 2020. Age at death, 39. Cause of death, murder. Location, Blackfeet Indian Reservation, Montana, USA. Disability, wheelchair user, leg amputee. Waylon was stabbed to death by his girlfriend. Perpetrator, Danielle Marie Comes at Night, a.k.a. Danielle Marie Marceau, girlfriend. Alright, folks, we're going to have to do part 3. There's a lot of names. So I'm going to go ahead and upload this. Again, please hit the like button and hit the comments.